What's going on, everybody? How you doing out there? What's up? What's up? This is the Orange Mic. Once again, we're here again for conversations on the Orange Mic. You know how we do. Here we are again with an amazing show, as always. And here I am, your host, Kirk BabyJordan Berry. Yeah. And in studio, you have no idea who I got here. I got something brand new and different. Have you ever seen anyone being in an interview and they are in present, but they're on a screen? Look at that.
Crazy technology.
Look at that. We using everything, man. We kind of moving on up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make sure you welcome our guest for today, EIP. Welcome, gentlemen and lady.
What's going on?
Thank you.
What's going on?
Mike.
Yes,
Kirk,
yes.
BabyJordan.
What's up? What's up? We here in the Orange Mic studio. We having a good time. So glad to have you all here with us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Respect. What's going on, SHEY?
Hey.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we always like to have great shows for you. This is a conversation on the Orange Mic where we have things about provocative conversations, even informative and even hilarious conversations. We make sure we mix it all up and make sure it's fun for y'all. So, I have a question for you. Everybody knows about VIP. I hope you know what that is, the VIP status. But what about the EIP, huh?
Well, I mean, EIP, really and truly, it was a collective ideal, for the everyday interesting people. With VIP, you always have like celebrities getting access to certain things. So we're saying, what happened to the regular people?
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to do a show that caters to the regular people. Not saying that we won't interview any celebrities,
but they get theirs.
But our thing is just to make sure that everyday interesting people, the everyday class, just talk about everyday situations.
Of course, yeah, man. It's all about the everyday people. Yeah, man. I'm so glad to have you guys here. I want to do something before we continue. Let's do a quick introduction. We have guests here, but they have their names, So I want you guys to tell them who you are. You know what I mean? So let's start with you, Mr. Man. Yeah, what you say? We have so many names for you. I know that.
Yes.
Some of y'all know me. Some of y'all don't. But my name is Howard, aka Mr. I Am.
Yeah.
Yes. And my name is O'Neal, aka ROOMZ.
Mm-hmm. And who we got over there?
I'm Sharice, but everybody calls me SHEY, or as my group likes to call me, First Lady SHEY.
First Lady SHEY.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
First Lady SHEY. I hear you. So I love that, man. So SHEY, tell us where you're repping from right now. Where you at?
So I'm in New York, guys. However, I am Toronto all day, every day. But New York, gotta pick it up.
New York.
Yep.
Toronto born.
Okay. All right. It's one of those things when you go abroad, you still know where you're coming from. It's all good.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Gotta represent my city before I represent anybody else.
Right.
All right. So Miss Lady SHEY, all right, First Lady, tell us to everybody and the guests here, how'd you guys come together?
We're a group of like-minded individuals. And honestly, we just thought it was time for the people to come with their own voice. And we thought this would be the perfect platform for them to come together. And we're in a pandemic right now.
Yeah.
And if we really have to stay here and think about it, it's like we've gotten so far away from just being able to like chill out with our friends or doing anything else that we decided to come to like a point where it's like we need to hear people's voices. We need to hear what people have to say.
Yeah.
So, we made a platform to do so.
That's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. So you feel like with this whole pandemic stuff, it's like everyone's being divided so much, right? So this has another way of bringing them together.
Right.
Absolutely. It's the way from coming from where we came from to be able to do something in between.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. That's really cool.
Yes.
I like it. Well explained. I love it. And speaking to what you just said, when we're able to do this on another level, you will be actually sitting right there with us. Is that correct?
Of course, I would love to sit with my audience. It's just what's happening right now.
That's all
right.
good.
So realistically, we have to go with the times, but it doesn't mean we have to stop. So we're giving the people what they feel they need to do, or what they feel that they can do with other people outside of the realm of where they are. Right. So it's realistically having something for the people, hearing your voice, feeling our audience, and what you guys want to talk about.
Yep, and we gotta use technology. What we got, right?
That's right.
Right, I'm over here. You guys are over there. Guess what? It still works.
But you're here still. Either way, you look at
I'm
still
still
with
there.
us.
We've been busting jokes before this.
I know.
Show even started. So the fact is, you guys, I want you to come. I want you guys to chill, feel like you're at home, but still be in a different place from where we are. But it doesn't mean we can't have that conversation.
Okay, that's all good. That's all good. All right, so moving on. Hey, Howard, what's up, boy?
Yeah.
We go way back.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have you here, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate being here, man.
We love it, man. So tell us, what is the vision? What is the vision of the EIP? And I could also say the Eip Lounge and how that makes sense, how that goes together.
Well, to answer your question, Kirk, the vision for the Eip Lounge is to become the #1 podcasting show.
Yeah.
Not just in North America, but in the world.
I like it.
We have different segments.
Yeah.
And we reach every demographics. We want your granny calling us. You know what I'm saying? We want your auntie calling us. We want everybody calling us and giving their opinion about anything of our segments. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So really and truly what we want to do is have a podcast in a show and have the show in a podcast. So we want you guys
I like that.
That's hot.
Come on in and preach. Feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's about time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've heard and also seen certain podcasts, and there's that basic foundation how a podcast could be. So what we want to do, we just want to kind of like remix it a little bit. And just have a show where you, as the audience, become one of our co-hosts and talk about everyday situations, everyday struggles, everyday victories, everything with ordinary people. That's how it is, man. That's how we want to do it.
Wow.
And we're a team, you know what I'm saying? What does the team stand for again? Together,
everyone achieves more.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
exactly.
That should be a T-shirt.
You know that, fam.
Soon to come.
Soon to come.
All right.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
I love it. So, Neil, tell me something, man. What can the audience expect from the EIP? With all this being said, there's so much already being said. So, as the audience, man, we got to be expecting a lot. You know what I mean?
Right. No, honestly, like this is huge.
Yeah.
Right. For our audience, for our audience, right, it's going to be funny. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be informative. We're going to have like lots of stuff out there, right? Lots of segments that you guys will love. Trust me. Stay tuned. It's going to be hot, right? And it's a place to kick it. And then just chill. So you see this whole little vibe that we have here is for the audience to kind of vibe with us.
Right.
We vibe with them, right? And then they're just going to love it, right? But then our segments that we have She Is, which is crazy. Lady SHEY in the building. She's going to kind of be running that, right? So it's going to communicate more to the ladies out there. You know what I mean? We do have... Mind Your Business, right? So that's for all the business owners, the business people out there, you know what I mean, that they could help us out, right? Have a little platform that they could express, show other upcoming businesses what to do, right? And then we have King's Court, fellas in the building, King's Court. You know what I mean? That's going to be pretty much for all the men's out there, just to kind of uplift, right? The little men's out there as well too, you know what I mean? And make sure that they can share what's going on in the world today, right? Especially that you see on the news, and not only focusing on like just black men, but just say men in general.
Yeah.
Right? Just being discriminated or whatever, right? That they could kind of step in, have a little voice, share what's going on, right? So that's going to be hot, guys. King's Court, right? And then we'll talk about basketball and all this.
Of
right?
course.
So
We gotta talk about sports.
Of course. We'll get that in
gotta
there.
be there.
But one of our hottest topics is going to be he said, she said.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
Guys,
Fire.
please.
Okay.
Yo, audience, look out for that one.
Okay.
Right? We're going to have,
We need to hear your
it's
guys'
going to be like the
voices, 'cause
ladies
trust me.
and the guys, and it's going to be pretty much a debate, right? So, it could be like married couple, single, whatever, and
Yeah.
then they're going to share, hey, like, what do you think? Right? How does a lady think? How does a woman think?
That's a good
Same thing with a
good
man
thing to
too,
do.
right? So sometimes that could divide people, but
Yes,
then
that's
if everyone
debate
shares
topic.
it and show us their opinion or have a debate,
Yeah.
it's going to be good. So
I
I,
like
want the
that.
audience to kind of just lounge,
Yeah.
chill, have a glass of wine or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then just listen and tune in. So
Yeah.
it's going to be hot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Well, so Shay, tell me something. With all that being said now, that's cool stuff. How can the audience interact with all these different things like the mind your business and the he says, she says kind of stuff? How will the audience be able to interact and be involved with the show and have their opinions, being heard, and, also being able to interact with the hosts, as you guys will be able to hear back from you? How can they interact?
So, in all honesty, we felt it was important for the people to have a voice in this because that's what we're about, right? So we figured that the best way to interact with people is over social media. So we
Okay.
decided to go with Instagram, Facebook, as well as Clubhouse Forum, so that you guys can really hear, or not even hear, but necessarily voice your opinions. Talk to us, tell us, and eventually we're gonna have call-ins. But honestly and truthfully, it's really about you guys. Like, you guys guide us in how we direct our conversation. Once again, it's called Everyday Interesting People. Everyone is interesting. They've got their own story. We
Right.
do want to hear you guys, and we want to hear it out, right? Like, you guys have your own opinions. Come and voice it out on the everyday people.
Nice.
Lovely.
I love that. That's really cool because now the audience can not just just watch something. They actually get the chance to be involved with the show and say something, and then maybe there's something they're also hearing from somebody else that's actually going to help them out in their
They
situation.
have a voice.
And they have a voice. I like that. A lot of people don't have platforms, so this will be a wonderful endeavor to get people a platform that can be interactive, which is really cool. Really cool. I love that. It's really
I
good.
appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Well done. This is really good. Wow. So this already gives me an idea of how well it's going to be different and how things are going to be, not the status quo. So tell us a little bit about what specifically makes the podcast different, because obviously we're doing a podcast here too, right? But this is like more of a video right now. We'll be doing audio in the near future, but this obviously has a different direction because it's your visions, which is your directions. I love that. So what makes this podcast so different?
Well, first and foremost, to answer your question, first and foremost, I believe, first of all, us as hosts, we make it interesting. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are coming out of their comfort zone for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
I'm a newbie.
you know what I'm
This is
saying?
coming out.
We're all newbies. We're all newbies.
Pop, something.
You know what I'm saying? But he's doing good, man. I don't know if he's
the whole
nervous.
thing
Like,
is about getting people to come out of their shell, right?
yeah.
He's out the shell. He's doing it
So
good.
It's not just our partner. It's about everybody coming out of their shell and saying
Exactly.
something. And
All right.
something to say.
and just to elaborate more, is like, I think we've touched on the whole aspect of the audience interaction.
That's
It's
really cool.
very important. It's
Yeah,
audience filled. Like, think about of all the other TV shows you had, like the Jerry Springers, the Ricky Lakes. You know,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Way back.
Go with me here. Go with me. Not as broad as Jerry, but
Jerry,
you know,
Jerry.
but not as broad as Jerry. But like, think about it. Like, I guess will come on, and then later on, the audience would ask the question. So we were thinking that instead of waiting later on, how about we just have one of these audience be one of our co-hosts,
which is cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now you have every day, every segment, someone different will be our co-host who is an audience member. So it's really for the people. This is for the people's podcast.
I like
this
that.
is the people's show. And I think
really
that's
cool.
what makes it
1,000%.
that's what makes it very
Everyday
different.
interesting people.
Because like I said, I've heard other podcasts and it's not to knock none of theirs or whatnot, but when we got together, it was very important that we would make ourselves as different as possible. And I mean, there's like I said before in the beginning, there's that foundation.
Yeah.
However, we want to take the opportunity to make this podcast something where it could lead to something else. For example, internet radio.
Yeah.
And hopefully what our goal is also with working with Showbiz is to somehow get a platform where we have our own media company. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But I mean, like, I'm a visionary, so I see beyond. But
Gotta
for
see
now,
it.
like I said, this is audience driven. Absolutely audience driven. This is your show, not just our show, your show. So we want to hear from you.
We need you guys.
I like that.
We need you guys.
Wow. You know what I mean? That's so cool. Like the interactive stuff, and actually not just interact, but you actually really being integrated in the actual show. That's really cool. People feel belong to it. And you know what's going to be cool about that? They're going to be people just coming back because they feel like they're in the show. They feel like they're involved, and that's amazing. Yeah. And I feel, that's going to be a wonderful twist for setting you guys apart with other shows. I like that. Yeah. It's going to be cool.
That's what sets us apart, realistically, Kirk. Like, we have people who are actually interacting. They're not just listening to our show. They have a part to play in our interactions and how we guide our conversations, right? Like, you want to talk about something, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm your friend. We can talk about it. It is what it is. Let's hear other people's input. Maybe some people will have one perspective. Maybe another person will have a different perspective. And that's fine. It's what you decide to take from the show. What you decide to take from every person who is a guest on the show.
And that's totally fine. You know what this reminds me of? You know when you used to watch certain movies that had, or sometimes on DVDs or Blu-rays or something like that, or even like, you know, online shit movies. You were able to go on and pick your ending or something like alternative ending. You select, okay, if the person decide to go up the mountain, then I want to know what's going to happen after. Or if they decide to go down and across the bridge or whatever, or do they go and save the lady who's in trouble? You know, who's going to be the hero? You can pick your ending.
Sorry to interrupt, but you said movie.
No.
You said movie.
I said movies.
I'm coming from an era when it was a book. I don't recall a movie where you could pick your ending. I know there was in books. I think Nancy Drew or something like that. I don't know. Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys.
Oh, now you're going way back.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay, that's way back.
But I'm not trying to expose.
Again, guys, we have people from all different walks of life, from different eras.
Different eras.
I'm not trying to expose my age, but you know, I'm just saying.
You said the Hardy Boys, so that's a specific. That was, you could literally say. I know.
I know those lines. I'm old enough to know that.
Hardy Boys.
Old enough to know that too.
And you're like, when you pick, you go to a certain section of the book. Yeah. And then you can't read the other side. You can't. That's gonna mess you up.
Yep.
But it's cool though.
Definitely.
The audience gets to pick what they can do. They get to be involved. I love it though.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, it's going to make them keep coming back, and that's going to be really cool. And it'll be able to grow. They'll be able to share it with people. I love it. That was cool. I love
That's crazy.
Ordeal, tell me something though.
Yes.
Now with all that being said, all this good stuff we're talking about, what could you see now for the near future for EIP? What you see coming for, you know, the lounge? I love that name too.
So
EIP Lounge.
Definitely in the near future, it's something that we want a huge platform, right?
Yes.
And it's a platform, as we were just saying earlier, that we have a lot of audience interested people to kind of come in and voice their opinion, do what they need to do, but also the audio, we want to change it to video. You see this, guys? Orange Mike, you see this? This whole video, like, this is hot. So we want
big up the Orange Mike, by the way.
Big up Orange Mike, right? But all this, definitely, we want to have our own video and kind of comes on here as well too. Making it live, right? I think that's cool. that's what we want.
Oh man,
definitely.
We definitely want to get into like the radio, like online radio, guys.
Cool.
Yes.
That is our goal. Follow us. We will be on online radio. You guys can hear us live and direct eventually. You know, but that's our goal.
So Shay, with that being said, you're saying about online radio. Would that be one of the only platforms you're looking for to get on in the future? What other platforms are you looking at besides online radio? I know you mentioned Instagram and social media, but and online radio. Is there any other ones that you can think of?
So currently we're going to be on every, or most of the, I shouldn't say every, but most of the...
No, you can say every. Why not? You can say every. Every platform. Go ahead. Speak it into existence.
Most of the major providers for platforms, or provider platforms that actually have some sort of podcast station, we're going to be on them.
Good.
So you guys can listen to us on that, including Spotify, Apple, and many more other ones. But honestly, besides that, you got us on Facebook. You guys have us on Instagram. You guys will eventually be able to call in. It's going to be amazing, guys. As long as we have a following, you guys will always have a voice to be heard. Like, for real. Like, it is one of those things where it's like, our audience makes the show because of the fact this is for the everyday interesting person. So,
yeah, man. EIP. I love it.
EIP.
Wow. So O'Neal, so going forward, are there any partnerships, any sponsors, anyone involved with EIP that's helping to, make sure this comes to life and take it to the world?
Yeah, no, definitely. Really and truthfully, we have to have a big shout out to Showbiz Inc. Right?
All right,
that's
shout
one
out.
of our sponsors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the background, so pretty much the silent partner, you could say, right? And then another big shout out to Zone 6. Right, that's in North York, right? It's Zone 6, like restaurant lounge. Right?
Okay.
So they're going to be there as later on. That's what we want to do. So eventually, when stuff opens up a little bit, we're going to have maybe 1 or 2 segments where we're actually going to physically be there, have audience be there as well. Right, and then that's when we're going to have our segments, right? So we can maybe hold a King's Court there, have all the men there come out, support them as well, right, guys? And then eventually, we'll just branch out. But the 2 major sponsorships is Showbiz Inc. and Zone 6. So big shout outs to them. Definitely.
Big shout out to them. You know what's cool though? We're gonna make sure we get all that information, so we can make sure we put all that information in our comments or in our description. Sorry, so that you can all get that information to your accessible. So you go over there and support them.
Yes.
And make sure that we all, help each other come up. I like that.
Yes, definitely.
So was that look at actual physical location too that you can actually? You mentioned that you can go in there and film stuff and do stuff from there. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So for Zone 6, that's it's actually a physical building, like lounge kind of restaurant lounge, right? Where you're just going there. As I said, we're going to probably hold a segment there, right? So you can eat, drink, right, and be involved with one of our shows or segments. So
I like that.
Zone 6, definitely.
And just to elaborate what
you guys can come vibe with us in our lounge.
Yes.
So just to elaborate is like what O'Neal said. In Zone 6, there's like a restaurant and then there's a lounge upstairs.
Yeah.
And the lounge is incredible. Shout out to Miss Madge, who is the owner.
Shout out.
We still have to have a conversation. I'm sorry, Auntie. Never got a chance to talk to you as yet. But so it's a nice vibe. It's a nice vibe, and the ideal is to have, like, say, at least once a month, maybe on a Friday or Saturday, where we could have, like, in the evening, where just discussion and just a mix, just get to know one another and have people and have a following. And just like, what's going to be special is that the audience, who's also will be the host, will be have special invitation to come.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you
VIP.
guys get involved and be involved every way possible,
Tell
because
'em.
you could get a special invitation, like a golden ticket,
Uh-oh.
to come to Zone 6.
Chocolate Factory, guys.
You know, and then come to Zone 6, and then we're gonna have a panel. So if we're doing a special segment of He Said, She Said,
Yeah.
you could be on the panel.
Mm.
If we're doing a special edition of She Is, Shay will host it. You could also be in the panel. King's Court, the same thing.
I'll definitely be up there in the summer, guys. Don't worry about it. I know I'm where I am right now, but
Yeah.
I'll be live and remote, just like the rest of my podcast.
So, like we said, we have absolutely a lot of plans, and I think we've worked hard. We see the vision, and you know, when you work with people that sees the vision, you know, it makes things very, very easy. It's work sometimes gets intense because we're like all strong-headed.
Yeah.
Some more than others. But
Oh, Shay.
The boss.
yeah, the boss
First Lady Shay. I love it.
or little boss, we like to call it.
I've got to
So-
listen to me. I'm a woman. I've got to be twice as strong.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh,
Sound good.
Well, also,
You're strong enough.
But also,
You're strong enough, Shay.
it's what you said as well too, Kirk.
Yeah.
Right? It's just supported.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to support each other.
Yeah.
Right? To bring up
Definitely.
everyone.
Of
Right.
course.
So
We're family,
like that's
so
why
that's
big
important.
shout
Yeah.
out to Zone 6. Big shout out to Showbiz.
Yeah.
Big shout out once again to Orange Mike. Right. So man, like it's definitely
Yeah,
just
man.
show some love.
I give
Right?
you 2
And then
thumbs
receive
up.
that
You
love
guys are
back.
amazing.
So, definitely.
Respect. Thank you so much, man. I'm this is so much fun. I love it because it's this talking about all this is really good, because a lot of people, when they help people or talk to people and they're doing the same thing, because we're doing a podcast, we're doing stuff too, and we have our own production company and all this kind of stuff we're doing on music and also with media. But we don't, when other people talk to another group of people doing the same thing, sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Right.
And they start to hate and put each other down. But in this case, we're like, no, we're trying to support. We want to work together. We want to integrate your program stuff with ours and so on, and then help each other grow up. That's what we should be doing, period.
Definitely.
Right? So I'm enjoying this.
1,000.
We're really enjoying this. Myself and the great Mo Spence back there.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
shout
big up
out
Mo
Money
Spence.
Mo in the
Yes,
background.
yes, everybody.
Yeah.
Huge,
Spence.
huge. Even for our audience, sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah.
Please, guys, like give it up for Orange Mike. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For all this that's
Yeah.
happening right now, right? For Court Vision Media Group, definitely they're huge, right? So please, we'll
Yeah,
have them
man.
up as well. Support, guys. Share some love. Support. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Really like that. Respect. We appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Definitely.
So, I want
Yeah,
to do a little.
BO.
Huh? Was that?
That's what it is. Black business owned.
Okay. Yeah. See the first.
Gotta
Wow.
represent for black
See?
people.
See the first
I
lady's
represent for
talking.
everybody.
She doing it again?
Everybody's. I represent
You
for
see?
everybody, but I still have to give it up to the black business owned. For real, for
The
real.
first lady's talking. Go ahead,
Yeah, first lady's talking.
First
There.
Yep, I like it. Hey,
You know, I'm not about to not say that.
listen. She said
Yeah.
we said, but no,
Yeah,
what she said.
said.
She said segment.
Segment.
Yeah, I said
She says, right, lady.
Yeah.
She says.
just right on cue. Right on cue. So so
That's how it happens.
That's
The
it.
universe works in a million different ways, and we just have to embrace it how it's
Yep.
done.
I believe it's more than a million the way you
Yep.
make it sound, girl.
Pretty much.
You gotta believe the universe.
The first lady-
The universe.
I love it. Man. So let's talk about he said, she said. So
All right.
let's do a little this is gonna be a little segment about it, how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
A little
yeah.
sneak peek.
Little sneak peek.
Yeah, why not?
Right?
Oh,
A little
boy.
teaser.
A little
Oh,
teaser.
boy.
That's right.
So, for one of our shows, we were planning to do a he said, she said. Quotations.
Yeah.
Would you break the code? No. Oh boy.
Here we go. I gotta get something. I gotta get
No, because
get something strong. Everyone, get something strong,
it's
please.
hot. That's all it
Would
is.
you
It's
break
hot.
the code?
Like,
Oh man.
And the only reason why
and
the only
we
reason
got
why
something to say. They got
orange
something to
juice
say.
for the orange mic.
and the only reason why I took a pause because I was looking over at Shay to see what she was gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
See?
So I see her.
You know I'm gonna represent for the
First
Empresses.
lady talking.
So
That's what it is.
basically he said she said the episode called Would You Break the Code? It's just a situation. Like for example, if you had a friend of the opposite sex was going through a rough time in their relationships, would you help that friend by breaking the code to help them out in their situation, or would you don't say anything at all?
Interesting. So, so the code being the guy code is
The
that
guy code. I know females have a girl code, a women code too. But I mean, for a guy code, there's certain unwritten codes that you just don't do, and you don't say.
Written language, guys.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's
ladies, listen out.
if it was someone that you wanted to help, if like say for example, if me and Kirk had a female friend that was getting played or whatever the case may be, and we know the situation, would we say something? And you'd be so interested in what the answer would be. So what would you say about that one?
You don't know. My mouth.
He said,
I said,
Yo, boss.
debate, guys, debate. That's what we're doing. That's a debate.
And like I said, I've been in this situation. I've been in this situation for both ends, and yeah.
That's the key. The key. That's your.
You know, like
in all honesty, it really depends on what you feel like, right? Like it's your personality, what brings you out. Are you going to say something or are you not going to say something, right? Like based on the code. And how close is that person to you? So
So
the question mark.
Tune in.
See, tune in,
like because that's
Tune in.
yeah. And listen, we're looking for co-hosts right now to sit at our table to talk about it. So please follow Eip Lounge.
Tell them about it.
Let me hear your point of view. Let us hear your point of view.
Yes.
And who knows, you could be right here with us hosting that episode. So yeah. And there's more he said, she said. Trust me. It should be interesting.
Definitely. It's not just the one question, guys. We have a whole list of debate stuff that we want to hear your voice
and
on.
trust me, she came up with all of it.
You want to know. That's what it's about, guys. Like, you want to know.
Oh, man.
So what you would say.
I'm not telling
what
my
you
secret.
wouldn't say, how you feel.
Indeed. Shout out to Lady Shay.
Lady Shay.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh man,
I like this. But you know what?
Yeah.
Did she answer? Did she give us a little sample of what she would say?
Oh, you want to know what I would say?
Yeah. Now you open Pandora's box.
You know what? I like that because
I want to hear.
I know her, but I don't know her. Wow.
What would you say?
Would I say something? In all honesty, if I knew my friend was receptive, I would. But I don't want to cause any beef between a friend who just can handle it. Like, I'm that type of person. Like, I know who I talk to, and I know who can handle things from who can't handle things. So, when it makes sense saying to someone who would hate me because I said something, or be receptive of what I'm saying because they can understand that I'm coming from a pure place in my heart. So it really comes down to that fact.
So that's based
so who
on.
am I talking to?
That's based on what
There's a
you
huge
know.
debate when that comes to that.
Yeah, that's based on what you know of the person beforehand. Is that correct? Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm gonna flip it on you.
Yes, sir. I love it.
I'm gonna flip it on you.
Flip.
What if?
Okay.
What if this is a mutual friend, and not so much of a best friend or a long time friend, and this is one of your
someone
girlfriends.
I didn't know anything about.
And
really?
you know the friend, and you are acquaintance enough that you can say, hey, I might be able to be comfortable enough to say something, and you see the situation that you feel you should talk to, and now you're like, oh, I'm on the fence. I know the person, but I don't know the person. I'm going to tell
you this one thing.
All right, here we go.
My partner's already exposed me. I say what's on my mind.
Juice.
So.
Yeah. I
don't just walk the
Captain
walk.
Morgan.
I talk the talk and I walk the walk. I'm gonna say it. In all honesty, I don't care if it hurts your feelings. It's not up to me to hurt your feelings. It's up to me to tell you the truth. So, you don't want to accept it. You don't want to talk to me. Cool.
You know what?
Like, I did my job. I did my job as a human being, not as a friend, but as a human being. I've done my job of trying to make you see where I don't have any other purpose to lie to anybody. I don't have no purpose to lie to no one. So if people can't understand that about me and my personality, that's not up to me to make someone else feel convinced that I would lie to them for any other. I don't have purpose to lie to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. So either you accept it or you don't. You can stop talking to me. That's fine. But I said what I had to say, and then when you find it all for yourself, you're gonna feel like a dumbass. But
hey, behave yourself.
First lady, Lady Shay.
The ASS part, let's press it out. But like, let's just be honest with each other. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? If you know something, tell me. Let me be the guider in my own decisions. Don't hide it from me. So that's how I feel about anybody else.
I like this. This is like a legit. Like, I did that purposely because let's just say that my psychology education just came out there just now. I had to flip it on you. You know what I mean?
I'm real.
Devil's advocate a little bit there.
So I like that. That was good. That was good because you know what's cool is like, a lot of people will be like, hey, I'd rather not know. And they go on, and then they fall on their face, and that's like so much time and energy wasted. But
it's wasted.
It's best.
Salt milk.
It's best to have it being told to you. And hey, like you said, they could be mad, they could hate you, but it's still the truth. And then now it's up to you now to look at the truth and be like, do I actually see the truth, or do I don't care and keep going through? All right, hold on. The fingers up. Hold on.
Let the record reflect.
See what you opened up, Kirk?
Talk to the mic. Talk to the mic, man.
Let the record reflect.
Pandora's box. Money Mo.
It's in the building.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's Mo.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that for myself, with experience, I want to say sugar. I wouldn't say nothing because it's Easter Sunday.
Sugar.
Easter Sunday. So I have to behave myself. I would. So I wouldn't say anything, to be honest with you, because honestly, it's their truth. You know what I'm saying? They invest in that relationship for a period of time.
Yeah.
Now,
agree.
if you've been in that relationship for say 3 months, 3 years, whatever the case may be, 3 weeks, you have an ideal of this person. But because what we do as people is that we invest so much into not just them, but the whole relationship. We forget who we are when we got into it. You know what I'm saying? So what happened is that I could see something.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, say, hey, boy, I mean, I know. But because you're with them 24 hours. Or however long you're with them, you're sleeping beside them. You're eating with them. You're intimate with them. So me as your friend who doesn't have no connection to that person, are you really going to take what I have to say and say, well, you know what, he or she's doing it for my own best interest, so I am going to go and follow them because they never led me wrong? or are you going to stay in the relationship for you to see? And I'll tell you this from now, through experience, a lot of people will stay in the situation.
Right, O'Neal?
Can I preach?
Preach.
Can I preach? Okay. That's why they call me AKA
Where's
Mr.
Kirk
I Am. Okay, so here we go. Let the record reflect. Some people will stay in their relationship and see it through.
Yeah.
Male and female.
Absolutely.
They will see it through because they need to know for themselves. They have to go through the hurt for them to make that transition to move on. So people will stay in the relationship regardless. So I personally...
Can I jump
I
in?
wouldn't say anything.
Can I
go
jump
ahead,
in
brother
bit?
Rooms. Go ahead.
Because I think I want to play the devil advocate as well too. Now, say if it was a sibling that it happened to, are you going to keep quiet?
Well,
Is that for me or?
I know for me.
Don't ask me because I already told you I'm telling y'all the truth.
I'm with you on that shit because I got my siblings.
I'm not gonna lie to nobody.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So don't ask me. I'm not here to save nobody's feelings.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is.
So
if I see somebody cheating on somebody else, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah.
It's up to you. It's up to how much you trust me as your friend. Right? If you think I'm lying because I want to sleep with your man, my dude.
Yeah.
I got my own.
Hey.
Wow. But you know what? I like that. Honestly, Shay, I like that you show that. But I honestly, the whole time I was rubbing my eye and I was like, guy, what is blinging in my eye? And then I look over to Mr. Jordan and I'm like, what is on his hand? And I'm like, what is blinging me in my eye? And I'm like, you see that
ring.
Yo, guys,
the
what?
thing is, you don't have to have the ring. Yo, like you have.
You're showing your ring, lady Shay. And I was like,
I got my own too.
time to upgrade.
We got 6 rings, baby.
Together.
6
you
rings.
Have your stuff together, that means you have yourself together, guys. For real, you don't need nobody else to tell you anything else because you know yourself. You know your friends. You know which friends who are just a little bit shady. You know your friends who have their heart in the right place.
Okay.
We're grown-ups.
All right,
It is what it is.
I'll be a hypocrite. If I'll be a hypocrite, I'll tell you this. If my siblings knew about something, I would want them to tell me.
Yeah.
100.
However,
That's siblings.
However, that's all I gotta say because
I'll just say,
possibly my siblings are watching this.
Now, you wouldn't want me to tell you?
Say what? Say again, my dear.
I'm be more devil's advocate than you.
Yeah,
if
go ahead.
I knew that your girl was creeping on you right now, you wouldn't want me to tell you.
Oh, you better tell me.
No, but
that's
okay,
100.
No. Let me answer that. I'm assuming as family, we be doing more talking and some action. So that's why I'm saying. That's why I haven't said anything. Like I know probably my sister, and my brothers, and my brothers, and my sisters, and my niece, and everything would do
Howard's
more.
Family.
Sit down in a meeting, kind of thing.
Shout out.
Say, yo, Howard, here's the proof.
Yep.
This is what we're going to do.
Look,
It's done. So that's different. That's different. But for me, like I said, like I would want my brother and sister to tell me something.
Yeah.
Because I'm more receptive to say, okay, well, if this is how you feel and this is what you know, then I have to really think about what I'm going to do. Right. That's different than me telling somebody and they're like, well, I know I have to see it through, Howard. I appreciate it. Or they stop talking to me because they feel that I'm trying to jeopardize their relationship. And it's nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've been through it where I've tried to help and I got wrecked up. You know what I'm saying?
But can I tell you something? Anybody who doesn't respect you telling them the truth is not meant for you.
That's
that
a good
is my
point.
Personality.
That's a really good point.
I just want you guys to know, like, I'm coming into this with that personality. Is point. That, like, anybody who wants to stop talking to... Because I've had people do it to me, too.
Yeah.
It's like, anybody who's not ready for the truth is not ready for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what it is. Like, you just have to be receptive of the fact that you're too grown for some people.
Yeah. I love that.
You know?
Snap. Lady Shay's going in.
Man, I think we got to save the rest for this.
Yes. Thank you for jumping in at the ring.
I guess someone's getting paid overtime. Someone's getting paid.
Some people can't handle the truth, and that's not your business. That has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them.
He said, she said.
Lady Shay.
Telling you.
This is why I said what I said before. So
Yeah.
I want everybody to understand why I made my statement prior to me saying this right now. Is realistically, I'll tell you the truth.
Yep.
You can choose to stop talking to me.
Oh, well.
But I'm not going to lie to you. What's my purpose of lying? What's my purpose of doing anything that doesn't benefit me?
Yeah. You're right. So, hey, don't
if
give
you're my
out too
friend, it
much, you know.
benefits me.
I was about to
Don't
say.
give out too
So
much.
it's like,
Okay, Lady Shay, just stop.
You have to save
Stop.
it for the
I have to
EIP.
like pause myself. Okay, I'll
Stop.
Save it for the EIP.
Stop.
I'm just saying, I'm a real person though. Like I'm real.
I
and
know.
I'm real with everybody who I'm with.
But we gotta get the people, you know, we're just getting them a teaser here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just did a
We
segment.
got done real. He said, she said stuff.
Wow, I love that. This is really cool because this is stuff that, you know, could be back and forth on different topics, every topic. Let's say every
Yeah,
topic.
literally.
Because how men see things and how women see things are both, I guess I can almost say they're both right in some ways, in most ways. And then you just have to understand both sides so that we meet in the middle, and then if we can meet all the way to fully understand everything on both sides, and then we have great harmony, which is awesome. But if we're not open to hear the other side, then that's just a closed door. So this is really
But
good.
you have to be receptive.
Well,
It's not even.
Not everybody is,
It's-
though.
But you should be
You
receptive.
should be,
Because
yep.
if you're not receptive, then you're just in a box.
Yeah, we know that. But
That's all I can say.
We know.
You're in a box if you're not receptive.
True. We also know that common sense ain't common, and we know everybody ain't got it.
I don't even know why it's called common sense.
Shit.
Yeah, that's for another time.
Baby said.
Someone's getting paid overtime. We didn't even see the contract. I don't know
I was
what's
about to say the lights are going to turn off soon.
We should actually have a show on common sense.
Hey,
and feel,
I
and
agree.
hear out what our audience actually feels is common sense.
Exactly. I agree. Let's just write that down. We're going to do that for sure.
Absolutely.
So we did a teaser on the he said, she said. So I want to do another little teaser. We want to switch it up.
Okay.
Let's try a little teaser on. We'll stay with you, Shay, a little bit, and you know, was it the one you said she is yes
She is, yeah.
That type of show, that type of segment, that content on that one. What would the angle be of she is? How would that be?
Goodness, ladies, I have no angle. I can just tell you it's about love, it's about life, it's about finances, it's about everything. It's so not general that I want you guys to understand that it's really about everything that we could potentially talk about. I don't want you guys ever to feel like there's a shut door. There's never a shut door. Besides the fact that obviously we post, you know, like once a week. But besides that, I want you guys on my show. I want you guys talking the talk. I want you guys to walk the same walk you walk, the same talk I want you to hear from you guys. Because realistically, it's important to hear, right? Like people, like I don't want to like take away from the men because we have King's Court, but at the same time, I want you guys to understand, like there are so many things that we could potentially talk about. There's people out here with mental health disorders, especially with the pandemic happening. Like social isolation is a thing right now. Like we're literally being socially isolated. So I want you guys to understand, like we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It just might not be today. It might be next week or the week after, but we're gonna talk about it.
I like
Girls
that.
talk.
I like that.
That's what she's like.
I like that. So Shay, would that be a segment that would it be like a platform for women only, or can men chime in and at least listen and hear? Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know.
I would love to hear the men chime in. Like I don't want to ever like make anybody feel like they're being excluded. You guys can always chime in. I will definitely have a man co-host if you fellas are up to it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, it's really about the ladies and the things that we go through, because we go through different things that you guys don't necessarily go through. It's just like with our King's Court. There's a lot of things that you guys go through that we don't go through.
Yeah.
So I want this to be a platform for ladies, but fellas, don't ever feel like, oh, well, I can't listen to this because it's just about women. Because even if even if I want you to understand, maybe the woman you're dealing with might be going through these things.
Nice.
And this is a great
That's
platform
good.
for
That's
you
good
to
stuff.
listen and actually chime in where you can understand the woman that you're messing with.
I like that. You know what's funny? What you said that I thought was gravitating to me is I was able to hear. I'm not sure if you guys ever listened to Moo Fresh. She's amazing artist. She's incredible. I was able to hear a wonderful performance when she was doing something on the Tiny Desk with August Green, with the great Common, Robert Glasper. You know what I mean? You guys are great. I was able to hear her do a segment in her rap, and what I think you might accept this and take this and take it in. She had a part in her rap that she said being a woman is like being black twice.
Wow.
It's her. In all honesty, I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, like I heard that, and I had to stop
I'm really gonna go on that more once you're done.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find it, and if I have to send it to you, I listened to it.
When you're done, I have more to say about that. Once
okay,
you're done,
that's cool. Yeah, it's just one of those lines that but you hear it, it's very heavy. But when I hear it again and go back and listen to it again and look at her say it, you now take yourself out the words and now look at it specifically from her point of view. And it's not just being female, but it's a black strong woman, and then saying being a woman, really being a black woman, is like being black twice. So in my interpretation, what was really weird how I interpreted, because it was so deep to me. I looked at it as if she's being a black woman 3 times. Because she said, because how I looked at it, maybe it's just me, and how I took it in, because it's how she said it. Being a woman, which I feel being a black woman is like being black twice. You could call it bad math on my term, I don't care. It's like adding 2 more versions of black on top of her black womanness, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't know if that's too deep or weird for you, but that's what I feel.
I hear that.
So,
and that's heavy.
I'm going to agree with you there, Kirk, though. For real, I agree with you. But if you look at it from the standpoint of, even in the United States, like they weren't known as, they were known as 3/5 of a person for a long time. Like, what the hell is that? I'm a whole entire being.
Yeah.
How can you look at me and call me something less than you are because you feel that you're more than me? So now let's go further than that. Being a woman, just women's rights, not black rights, but just women's rights, is a whole different scenario. So women's rights didn't come into play until, I don't know, maybe like the 1900s sometime.
Yeah.
But you've got black people being less than an entire human being. Then you've got women who actually don't have rights. And now you've got a black woman.
That's crazy.
Like, you have to look at it as that fact. Black women in Canada are treated way better than black women in the United States. I can tell you this because of the fact that, like, for real, it is what it is. Like, in the States, this like stood as a standpoint for a very long time versus what's happening right now. But being a black woman is harder. I'm not going to say harder than being a black man, because it's not. Being a black man it's harder because you guys have your own things that you guys face. But being a black woman is realistically really hard than being anything else, because you know that you struggle with being a whole person. You struggle with being black, and now you struggle with being a woman. And those are, like you said, 3 things that you kind of have against you, which shouldn't be a thing, because the color of my skin shouldn't depict the person that I am. I'm a really cool person. Like, somebody would look at me as something that I'm not just because based off the color of my skin.
And if you don't mind, if I could jump in to kind of piggyback off of you, Shay, it's kind of crazy because I've seen it firsthand as well too.
Yeah.
Where as you were saying, Kirk, where it's just like you're seeing a black woman being a woman like 3 times over, or a black woman, and I'm just like, and on top of that, society almost kind of throw it at black women to be like, deal with it, you guys are strong. What?
Yeah.
We definitely know they're strong, because you can see it out there in the States, or you can say all over, where you have single black women raising kids. But not only raising kids, they're going to school. They're working 3, 4, 5 times jobs. And they're going through all this, getting beat down, and then it's just like, oh, you guys are strong, deal with it. What?
Yeah.
That's what hurts me. That's crazy, right?
That's
So
the thing,
I definitely give it up to my queens out there, because
enough respect. Enough respect.
It's on a different level that I see that you guys get that, and that beat down to almost kind of throw it to be like, you guys are strong women, deal with it. You get like, wow, like that's heavy. So
let's give a salute to all our black women.
Yes, please.
It's a token that's given to us, but at the same time, it's taken away from us. At the same time, when you think about it, because realistically, it's like it's given to us, but then it's almost like a shade throw if you can't potentially make it through certain things. And like, black women, first of all, we raised all these Neanderthals come out of these goddamn caves.
Oh, don't get too deep now.
No,
don't get too deep. That's a whole new segment. That's a whole new segment.
This is a different conversation.
I know,
but I'm just trying to say, black people raised people out of their Neanderthal caves. And yet, they're using it against us.
Look,
like, how dare you?
Look, the pinky's up. That means,
we can edit that if you guys want.
No. We're not.
I told you. I'm not gonna tell you guys no lie. I'm gonna be honest.
We're not gonna edit. We're not gonna edit that. I'm just saying we gotta save the good juice for EIP. Yeah, save it up.
I see that.
I love it though.
Listen, I got much more to say. It's not just what we're saying.
No, there's a lot more to say.
I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what other people have to say.
Which is
I
good.
don't want to put it all out there.
That's
but
what I'm saying. Don't put it out there.
I have to say certain things I feel like. No, but people will feel like they have to be edited. They feel like they have to have like these little parts of them that they have to like be filtered. Say what you gotta say.
Say what you have to say.
I don't want anybody to feel like they have to be filtered because of I mean, unless you're cussing a bunch. You know what I'm saying? Like like it's like
not today.
You gotta say, don't feel like nobody's not gonna listen to it, because I guarantee you,
Easter Sunday,
you feel that way, someone else is gonna feel that way.
Cool. You're right.
This is why I'm First Lady Shay. I'm sorry, guys.
First Lady. I love it.
Let me raise up my
yes.
Let me raise my glass to that.
Yeah, man.
To Lady Shay.
To Lady Shay.
No capping. No capping.
No capping.
No capping.
Ain't finna do that. I want everybody to hear their voice heard.
No capping. That's a
double barrel.
The Scarborough sideways.
Sideways.
Double barrel.
You see that? She's definitely my niece.
Oh,
definitely.
Man. Y'all know, first of all, O'Neal and Howard both know me.
That's it. That's good.
This is not not me.
And then we all gonna get to know you. I love it. This is good. This is what we need. It's definitely what we need, because I like it with that saying that says, "Say what you need to say." You know what I mean? Some people that don't speak up, and then they suffer in silence or whatever. We'll never know until you speak up. Will it be changed, or will there be a difference? I can't promise that, but it will never be a difference or change if you don't speak up. Mm-hmm. So you have to speak up, right?
Especially if you said that when he says, "Say what you need to say."
Yeah.
My brother right here on the side. Look out for him. Entrepreneur now. He has something coming out. It's exclusive. We don't know what's going on, but he's going to tell you a little bit about that.
You want to tell
now? Just a little bit.
We
tell a little bit. I want you to, because it's funny that Kirk just said it, and I was just like, wow,
Is this going into the either about the Kings?
No, not at all. This is totally different.
Okay,
it's a clothing maybe coming out to you. What?
So, man, when you put me on the spot,
I have to.
So basically, I am working with a couple other people on a T-shirt brand called Cosi.
Okay,
and
Cosi.
the abbreviation means
Cozy.
come out and say it.
Oh,
So,
interesting. I
I'm
like
gonna
that.
say
Yeah.
Just like that. So I didn't know about that. That was
Right.
good.
Yeah. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's we're in the developmental stage about
Good.
right now. But
Okay.
it's something that I feel is needed, because
Yeah.
sometimes you just want to say what you need to say, but maybe you don't want to say it out loud. So
Yeah.
you make the shirt speak for you. So you know what I'm saying? We have a couple ideas. For example, like if you went to, like, say, a bar
Yeah.
and you saw like a pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a shirt that says like, excuse me, just want to let you know I'm shy. So I have my shirt speak for on my behalf. I would like to buy your drink.
Nice.
Is that okay?
Nice.
Yes or no? Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like
Nice.
that. Like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's real slick.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
So
So
you pull a Superman. You're like,
what?
yeah, you just
you know what I mean? That's hot.
It's cute though. For real, somebody was reading that shit, they'd be like, "Oh well, you're kind of nice."
yeah.
That's
So
nice.
it's like
You know?
it's just a different way of expressing yourself
Yeah.
and saying the things that you want to say,
Yeah.
and maybe have your shirt do it on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? So for example,
Go find work.
Yo, no, that's an
My-
icebreaker. I like
That was the hot one.
So
Yeah, I like that
a
one.
couple years ago, when my dad, he used to anytime my dad was annoyed with me, my brother and sister could verify this. Anytime my dad was annoyed with me, he would tell me like to go find work, right?
You know the
But,
Caribbean dad.
Like,
yeah,
but the thing about it is because my
Right?
dad worked with Italians, it was funny. He's a hardcore Jamaican, like he still had his accent. You know what I'm saying? But he added the Italian like hand gestures. So he would say, "Howard, I go find work." But it was like,
Does it work?
but also with patois. So he would talk Italian with the lingo, and he was like, "Go find work." It's bothering me, and I'm like, "Dad, you know you're
He's
Jamaican."
Jamaican, but he had that
but he
long
would still
hand
tell
work.
me to go find work. So years later, now a friend of mine was like, I was talking to a friend of mine or whatnot, and I said, "Yo, buddy, go find work." And then all of a sudden, my boy's like, "Why don't you put that on a T-shirt?"
Yeah.
So fast forward, my Empress, she
Empress.
finished.
Big up Empress.
Empress,
Yes.
Empress.
much
Yes.
love.
So she finished her her business degree.
Yes, congrats.
So-
Yay.
So, yes. So she decided that well, I decided to take her to Niagara Falls. So we went to Niagara Falls, and our first day there in the evening, we decided to go down for dinner. She dressed up, but I wore my go find work T-shirt. So
Of course, the
So
one
I'm-
hand.
so I'm walking out the hotel, and I'm holding her hand, and she's like, "Did you have to wear that T-shirt?" And I said, "Like, it's advertisement, baby. You never know." Hold and behold, there was a guy, a biker. He seen me, and he looked at me. And this is when we're in the whole pandemic, and outside patios was open and whatnot. So we went to Montana's, and the outside patio was open. He looked at me. He says, "Listen, I know I'm not supposed to touch you or whatnot, but can I hug you because I love your shirt?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yo, I need a print of that shirt, that exact shirt." So I'm looking at my shirt and I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Can I give you props or can I give you a hug?" I said, "Yo, sure." So we hugged, right? Yeah. And he said, "Yo, I love that shirt. When that shirt comes out, let me know." And so it just kept on going and going, and then
Right.
I even had a homeless guy one time. I was walking to work, and a homeless guy was walking beside
homeless
me,
guy.
and he said,
Even worse.
he said, "Good morning." And then I was like, "Good morning, sir. How are you?" He says, "I'm good." And he just turned around and looked at me, and he looked down, and he said, he looked to see my shirt. And then he's like, "You know what?" And I said, "What, sir?" "That's a real nice shirt." And he walked away. And I was like, I might have something here. So we're still working on things and whatnot. So
He felt dry. He was like,
Yeah, we'll see what.
all right.
Big up, Kosi.
Yo, the irony of it
Right.
is a homeless guy saw his shirt that says, "Go find work," and he says, "That's a nice shirt," and walked away.
Right?
You have to think about the irony.
Right.
He acknowledged it, but he kept about his business.
Yo, he probably went and goes and filled out an application that
He
same
probably
day.
did. He probably did. To be honest with you, I think
Motivation.
Right?
I
Got
think so.
himself
You
a
never
little
know.
agency.
And just
Yes, an
and just
agency.
the funny thing about it is that with Go Find Work, like I've written like say a mission about it. Go and seek your goals. Find and reignite your desires, and work hard and grind till you reach your goal. So that's why I put in the back of it, so people can understand that it's not just say, hey buddy, go find work and whatever. They understand that I have the desire to become more than what society expect me to be.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work at it and achieve. So that's what Cozy's all about. So.
I actually like that. I like that because
Well, society expects you to be uniformed, realistically.
Yeah.
Right. So if you decide that you want to be other than uniform, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because they teach us just to work a job, not to actually be our own or to be our own bosses. None of us grew up in that society. They're just starting to do it now, but none of us grew up in that era where they actually taught us to be something besides what they thought that we would somehow find it interesting instead of financial freedom. And that's what the show is about as well. When we talk about She Is, King's Court, he said, she said, like, it's really about, even mind your business. It's really about finding your footing in life, and that you don't have to be what the government tells you have to be.
Of course,
right? Just because you learn some stuff in school doesn't mean that you can't look for other seekings outside of that.
That's true. I like that. This was really cool. That whole t-shirt is going to be big, especially with that positive spin on the back. It's going to be really cool.
I appreciate it.
I like it, man. Really cool. So I want to do another thing. I want to do a little snippet too, another little segment, if we can. A little teaser.
Of course.
What would
another one?
Another teaser.
Another one.
Teaser.
DJ Khaled. Another one.
Another one.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm okay with it.
See, how can we have a snippet or a taste of what would the King's Court come off like? As in, like, let's pick a topic of something. How would it come across? How would the conversation go back and forth? And then maybe, I don't know, are we going to find an end of the conversation or the outcome? Or is it just one of those things we have an open platform talking about that subject so that it makes everybody learn? As a whole.
I'll let the king
the king said thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Lady Shay. We appreciate you.
Queen. No, eventually you want to kind of end it somewhere, right?
Okay.
That's what I believe, right? It's because it could really be opened and it could go on forever, whatever, right? But any topic we pick for King's Court, right? What I want to bring out, what we want to bring out as well for King's Court is more power in the men, right? We could talk about basketball, sports, we know, right? Me and ladies too, right? But sports could go on and on and on. We could be like, hey, listen, I like LeBron, or there's Michael Jordan. Come on, let's be real, right? I can say Michael Jordan all day, every day.
Always be MJ,
right?
Always. I love you, Bron. It's always MJ,
right? And then people will be like, oh, well, what about stats and this? Come on now, right? But really, for King's Court, we want to kind of go deep into stuff, right? So we want to go into why are black men or other groups being treated the way they're treated. Right, in this whole pandemic. Not only that, like just in life in general, why is it hard, as Shay mentioned before, is like when we're trying to start a business a little bit later on the whole works, we can't get loans, but other people, it's easy to other people get a loan, right? To throw a little twist or spin on it, it's almost just like, why do we tear down each other?
That's a big one right there.
Because
big one.
Really and truthfully, we could always blame everybody, like, oh, we can't get this or this, not the whole works. But then, what's going on? As I said, shout out again to Orange Mike, where they're supporting us, right? How come we're not supporting them back later on? Or it's almost like we get big and we forget about the people who kind of brought us up. Right. So, it's stuff we want to get in there, and then pretty much stop somewhere or come down to a conclusion or come down to an end to be like, okay, like, end all. It's going to be like, we love each other.
Straight up.
How do we fix it and get that going, right? So
Yeah.
I think for King's Court, we'll go more in that kind of discussion, right? But at the end of the day, guys will be guys, right?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Right? We will talk about wrestling, talk about sports, talk about this and that, talk about women, of course.
Yep.
Right in there.
That has to happen.
But it has to happen. To happen, right? But it's also educated men as well too.
Yeah.
Right. Black men. General anybody, right?
Yeah.
Just to kind of share their knowledge, their wealth, right? To us.
If I
right?
can
And go from there.
interrupt after you're
Oh,
done.
Lady Shay, go ahead.
Go ahead a little bit.
But I realistically feel like this is where you guys can drop where you have to save because you just have something in your mind. You guys have something that you're thinking about, whether it be with your woman or whether it be finances or whatever. You guys can sit here. You guys can have a conversation with Howard and O'Neill about the things that we usually wouldn't talk about out loud, but you need a friend, right? We all need someone we can talk to. So at the end of the day, being able to talk about it with O'Neill or talk about it with Howard, it's like it's a no judgment zone. It's
I like that.
just what it is. Like, you guys are able to talk about things that are bothering you or things that make you happy or things that make you whatever you feel. Right? Whatever feeling you're feeling, you get to come here. You get to kick it with us into the lounge and have that conversation.
But then also too, it's just having other people as well on that platform. So we'll have, as I said, like maybe someone else who could be a Howard, could be anybody who could be on that segment as well, and then kind of voice their opinion on that, and we could talk about that, as Shay mentioned as well, where you just voice your opinion, right? And we just talk and kick it and go from there. So with King's Court, that's our vision. That's where we want to go with. It's going to be good. It's going to be hot. It's going to be very informative, as I said before.
Yeah.
And take that and apply that, right, to your daily routine or anything, right? So on a day-to-day basis, take whatever you get that information and go with that.
I like that. You know what's really cool?
Great.
This is something I kind of had a conversation with one of our guests in actually our first show that we actually aired. Was talking a lot about it could be something you can consider as in the black community, but it's more specific with black men. That we have an issue that we don't talk, we don't share, we don't tell each other.
I feel like
the things that we are,
hard, but you ain't gotta be too hard.
Yeah, we gotta be able to talk about the things that are hurting us, that we're going through, the ups and downs, and the things that will require another support to help us get through it. We have this whole thing about our pride, and it's also cultural as well. That comes with it as well. And it comes with what we've seen growing up within our families, our parents, or whatever, and our society and what we've experienced. But it doesn't make it necessarily the right thing to do to choose not to speak, not to share, not to find other support, other black men to talk to and say, hey, this is my brother. I've been through this, man. How did you get through it? Or what can I do? Or can you help me get through it? Let's help each other, that kind of thing, or talk about it. What, and then that's what we need to do.
Mentality.
Pardon me?
That's that crab in a bucket mentality.
Yeah.
That we have.
Yeah, and a lot of crabs, and
not
that's
just
a problem.
black men, but black people, and that's what I'm trying to say about what you're saying. Is like we feel like we have to be too hard. We have that outer shell like a crab does. Like it's literally grown us because we feel like we don't have anybody. But when you realize when you get older, you'll know who's real from who's not real.
Yeah.
If you're not being fake with yourself, you'll know who's real from not real.
Yeah.
And you can take that and talk to those people just like you can talk to us, like about the things that you're going through. Because honestly and truthfully, there is a no judgment zone, whether it be he said, she said, King's Court, she is. Like, there's no judgment here.
Yeah.
This is people who want to come out and they want to voice their opinions. I want people to feel like they're home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your best friend. And I may not be your best friend, and that's fine. But maybe you're just listening to us. Maybe you're talking to us. And that's important.
Of course. This will be good. I really believe that the EIP Lounge is going to be really cool. It's going to be way better than the VIP Lounge. I totally feel that. I know that.
Agreed.
The VIP Lounge only lasts for a few hours while you're in the club. Is
For so long.
It doesn't last too long, right? And not everybody gets in the VIP Lounge, so you have to pay to get in the VIP Lounge. So it's all good. The VIP Lounge is overrated to a point. It's all about the EIP Lounge,
right?
So
everyday interesting.
Yeah, man. I really, really love this. Remember, EIP means what?
Everyday interesting people.
And that will be you.
And T means together everyone achieves more, guys.
Yes.
T, together. E, everyone. A, achieve. M, more. Together everyone achieves more. I promise you guys, this will be hit.
See? When the first lady speaks, we all have our...
We have to be quiet. You see that? I'm like, yes, mommy.
Yes, mommy.
I was like, yes, mommy. Okay.
What she said.
Yeah. And more.
Yeah.
And more.
You guys gotta have a woman in the team. That's just how it works, right? Like, you gotta have mama.
That's obvious. Yep.
Hello.
Yep. We know. Trust me, we know. Ain't none of us gonna be trying to do it all our own.
But I can also talk the thing.
Oh, we know.
We know.
We love it. We love it.
Balance. I love it.
First Lady SHEY, thank you so much, repping from New York.
Yes.
Man, she was with us virtually. Look at that. And technically, I feel like she's actually sitting there.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lady SHEY. Man, thank you so much, O'Neal.
Yes, thank you.
Man.
Thank you, Kirk. This is huge. This is big. I love it.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, my boy Howard.
Well, on behalf of the team,
Yep.
we want to take the opportunity to thank you, Mo,
Yes.
Mike. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
Mo Spence.
I mean, man, when we were driving up, we
Court
didn't know
vision.
what to expect, but man, whatever I thought, it was 10 times more.
Yeah.
So that tells me a lot about you guys, that you take your art seriously.
Respect.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And I
Yes,
appreciate
yes.
that. To everybody out there that take the opportunity to come on live and hear us out, please, thank you
Yeah.
from
Definitely.
the bottom of
We
our
love you
hearts.
guys.
This
We
is
love
new
you guys.
for us.
Thank you.
But hopefully we will be we'll take this to another level and bring honor and also develop our legacy through this and everything. So we want to take the opportunity to thank you.
Respect,
thank
man.
Mo, thank you,
Yes.
Orange Mike. Thank
We
you, Court
thank you.
Vision.
At the end of the day,
Our
Court Vision, yes.
organization I've been a
Media
part of
group.
for
We are
a long
nothing
time.
without
Yes.
our team. We are nothing without the people.
Correct.
At
True.
the end of the day, our team has our place. We have the people who make what we're doing successful.
Yes.
Like, it is what it is, guys. And I want to say thank you, billionaires, because y'all are amazing. You know I call you guys billionaires before we
Yes.
I
leave.
love it.
Everybody.
Speak it.
Speaking in the
Everyone.
yeah.
I speak whatever I want into existence.
Oh, we know.
Everyone
Again,
know.
Again, we
be a
know.
part of it.
You know what? I like
You
that.
can achieve
Shirt.
from you.
We know.
We know.
We know.
Add that to the short list. When ladies, when first
Lady
lady
SHEY-
SHEY speaks, we know.
we you know what?
Write it down.
I love that you guys believe in me.
Hey,
I believe in you guys, so it just means that the
We know.
representation just comes. It's like a bounce back.
Ready,
I
guys?
believe in you guys. You guys believe in
On
us.
the count of
in
three.
me.
One,
so, like, it's a
two,
bounce back thing.
three.
I love it.
We know.
Let me raise my cup. Yep,
Yeah.
we know.
Yep, yep.
No,
Oh,
but once
man.
again, thank you for
Yes, thank you.
everyone watching live. Thank you, everyone. Thank you once again.
Yes.
Orange Mike, Kirk, thank you in the background. Money Mo,
Yeah.
right? Creative Vision Media Group. Once again, guys, if you're going to EIP Lounge on Facebook or on Instagram, the
Yes.
whole works, you guys will see Orange Mike as well too. We'll get them up there. Guys,
Yes.
support. We love you guys. It's all about love. That's all we want to share. right? And go from there, man.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Once again, if you don't mind, we want to make sure everyone gets that and get it clear. What is the first, or talk about the social media where everyone can find
Yeah,
you guys.
so the social media for Eip Lounge, for Instagram, it's E.I.P.Lounge. Lounge. Right? You guys go there, you guys will see segments, you guys will see posting, the whole works, you guys will see other people that we want to help out as well too, or other people that's going to be on the platform. You'll see Orange Mike, you'll see all that stuff. So guys, please go there. For Facebook, Shay or Howard, you want to jump into that? It should be the same thing, right?
It's the same thing.
So for Facebook, it's everyday hyphen interesting, and then you guys should be able to find it. But it is everyday interesting people.
Nice.
So no matter what, you'll see like
every
even
day
that
is
link
hyphen.
in the Instagram, in our Instagram posts are up there. So you'll see the link for Facebook and other platforms that you'll see that. So definitely,
we're gonna make sure
even
we put
on our
that.
Instagram, we'll have our Facebook links on our Facebook. We'll have our Instagram links, so you guys will be able to. Either way, we don't want to make it complicated for anybody. We want everybody to hear. Like we literally want to hear everybody's voice. So please feel free. Visit one of our platforms, visit the other. If you guys aren't able to, we'll have Kirk post up both of them. Yeah. So you guys can actually access our Facebook and our Instagram Live. Or not just our Instagram Live, but our Instagram
page. Yeah. We definitely want all the information because that's what we're here to do. Of course, we will make sure we put that in the description so everyone gets to see the information. They have access to the information and they can make sure they can follow. They can jump on all their platforms and make sure you start to get prepared because you have to start buying some merch from them. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to get that shirt. Right. You know what I mean? The shirt, obviously, you're gonna get that shirt.
Them she is. There's gonna be a million different things. That
See?
We know.
We know. You better add that. Listen,
there's so many things. I don't even want to start with you guys right now.
Yeah. Lady Shay, you have to add that shirt to your collection for the merch. It has to say
there's always gonna be she is. I've got to represent for the race.
No,
for the ladies, right, Empress? That's real, bro.
The one that we gave you.
Miss Mode.
Okay, but the one we just gave you today, it has to say when First Lady Shay speaks, we know. You have to add that.
I'm gonna add that too. You're right. I am gonna do that.
Oh Lord.
That's
can't wait.
That's gonna sell out.
We know. They know.
They know.
They know. We know.
Right.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how much fun this was. I enjoyed it. We don't want this to end, but unfortunately we have to come to an end to the show. Man.
Thank you, Orange Mike. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you so much, First Lady Shay. My brother O'Neal.
Thank you.
Respect. My brother Howard. Yeah. Tell them again your other names.
AKA ROOMZ. So O'Neal, AKA ROOMZ, ROOMS. Don't ask me why.
They're going to ask you why.
I know.
In the comments.
They are.
And my name is Howard, AKA Mr. I Am.
All right. And
legend.
Lady Shay, did you have another AKA name besides First Lady Shay?
Wow, my name's Charisse. So we're going to go with Charisse, AKA First Lady Shay.
All right.
So why you gotta snap?
Yeah,
what?
We know.
We know. Man, ladies and gentlemen.
AKA we know.
AKA, that's another one. We know. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been EIP, not VIP. Cause I told you VIP is limited. Okay, EIP is all of us. Okay. EIP is everyday interesting people, and I need you all to make sure you follow them and take in everything they have to put out and get out on the interactive stuff that we're going to be doing for the show, that they're going to be doing, try and make their brand really big and worldwide. Okay. And again, like I said before, the merch, you have to buy it all. All right. So once again, I want to say thank you all for being on the
We're gonna have a little orange mic on one of them.
Oh, see,
Once you know
see?
reference.
Yeah.
They're trying to integrate
100.
the brands already. I love it. I love it. Lady
Shay's already got you.
we know.
We know.
We
We'll have the head to the Uncle Sam head.
yeah.
We know.
Oh man, I can't
right.
wait for the EIP to get out there and everybody to jump on and enjoy it all.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Yes,
you for
Thank you,
having us.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank
yes, we're gonna have you guys on the show again. We know
Please,
that.
please,
We're gonna have you on the
please do,
show
please
again.
do.
This is
Definitely.
great. On behalf of myself, I am Kirk Berry, BabyJordan. Of course, they call me that. You know what I mean? See these trophies back here? I don't just win them, like, you know. I get them. You know, I get all of them. This is just one of them. You know what I mean? You know, like MJ, we get 6 rings. Anyways, I'm gonna end it off right there. On behalf of myself and the great Mo Spence behind the
sir.
camera and on the
Money
board.
Mo.
Yeah.
Anymore.
We want to say thank you all again, and we enjoy having you here on Conversations on the Orange Mic. We will definitely see you
Peace
next
out.
time. All right? Take care.
Cool. Love you guys.
Love you.